Okay, good morning. It is PCT day 53. We're at mile 626.3, I believe. We're hoping to at least do 15 today, if not a little bit more. Probably the worst night's sleep I've had on trail. Is just not really a campsite and really slanted and just sliding around, and then took me forever to fall asleep. And I don't know. I'm just tired of the desert. Tired of being stinky and dirty and everything being stinky, and even when we're in town, you get the clothes clean, but just you don't get the sleeping bag fully clean, you don't get the pad fully clean. I don't know, it feels like it takes less time for everything to get stinky again, like we've been out here, 4 days, 5, and just reeks again. So that's getting old, and the desert's getting old, but we're coming to the end of that. I think we can push through today. We have a big climb today too. We can push through today. We've had 3 big days in a row, like 18 and 19 and 17. And today's going to at least be a 15, so another big day and a lot of climbing today. So not looking forward to it, but puts us one day closer to a short day into town the more we do today. So hopefully that's a little motivating. Maybe I'll throw in the earphones and listen to some music today. That's a little motivating sometimes. So up the trail we go. Let's go.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue dude, bad mood, sort of witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your coyote song on a rerun. Are you hound dog tired, singing all night long? Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Not
Okay, so we are at Bird Spring Pass is what it's called. You probably saw there's a massive water cache back there somewhere. We're about 4 miles in for the day. I guess it's this same trail angel, the last water cache we were at yesterday, and then one today, massive. And we were just talking, if not, I think his name's Devilfish, so thank you very much to that guy, because if not for that, I think we've got like a 55-mile section here that would be a dry section. That'd be a water carry, which would be by far our biggest water carry on trail. So that's just crazy. So a huge service he's doing by providing that cache. Also, he stopped by yesterday at the other one and brought a big old couple totes of snacks and said we could leave our trash and he'd pick it up. And then at this one, he's got a tote full of like first aid supplies and Band-Aids and Advil and medication and all that kind of stuff, and a tote that's full, I mean literally full of power bank chargers, and they're all charged up. So that's just crazy. That's above and beyond Trail Angel stuff. That's like next level. So we're charging our phones while we're drinking a ton of water. We got a 20-mile section from here to Walker Pass where we catch the bus. And it's dry, so there's no water. So we're going to each have 3 liters. We're hoping that's enough. We're going to camp, I think, in about 14 more miles. So we've done 4 for today. Maybe it's 12.5. So we've done 4 for today. It'll get us a 16 or 17 mile day, which will leave us 9 for tomorrow. So the other interesting thing is this guy left a scale for us to weigh. So we both weighed, it was in kilograms, we had to convert it, but we both weighed it. Between me and Dad, we've lost about 75 pounds total. I think he's like lost 30 something, 34, 30 something in that range, and I think I've lost 33. So it's just crazy. The good thing for me is I had a lot more to lose starting. Like, he was a lot lighter. I was trying to get in shape for it, and I really wasn't. I think that's to my advantage a little bit. Like, I kept talking about, do I want to put on some weight before I start? Just because it would help, and it has, I think, a little bit. I mean, you start out heavier and slower, but you don't get to that scary thin as soon. So anyway, so that was interesting to be able to weigh. We've definitely been trying to eat more. I mean, obviously when we're in town, we eat a ton, so we can't do much more than we're already eating in town, but I'm trying to buy more selectively. There's been some stuff that kind of sits at the bottom of our food bag that we don't touch, that we buy in town, and then like, oh, we don't feel like it. So for this next section, once we go into town, we're going to buy a little more selectively, especially if we have our bear barrels by then, and because space. And then make sure we're buying stuff that like high calorie, and then it's something we're going to crave. Like, what have we been craving and eating out here? Because we bought like north sides, and we look at them and like, oh, it's not worth the time, the effort, the water, the blah blah blah. It's like, you're not craving it, so it's like, why are you carrying it? So having more meat and cheese and tortilla type stuff, peanut butter and Nutella. We've been buying those little, I think they're called Mrs. Red's pies, and going through those like crazy, and they're high calorie, and you crave them. You actually want to eat them on trail. So looking at more stuff like that for this next resupply. So anyway, we got about 12 and a half left for today. So we're gonna water up real good, camel up, drink a bunch here, and then head out. I guess we have a big, I'll show you. There's a hiker headed out there. I guess we got a big 3-mile climb up into there somewhere, and then it kind of evens out on top for a while, and then it's downhill for a little bit, then it'll be our campsite, and then all morning tomorrow will be downhill. So we should only have 8 or so miles in the morning, and should be relatively easy. And we don't have to be there till 1 when the bus gets there.
Blue moon, been 1 or 2 since I ran into you.
Okay, so we're down to the last 3 miles before camp, and it's the road walk from hell. It's all been this, I'll show you. Dirt road of exposed nothingness. It's very warm, so that's fun. I was going to talk about this earlier, but then forgot that kind of the ups and downs of being out here. You know, like this morning when I filmed the opener, it was just a crappy day already. Didn't sleep good, it was windy, dirty, just sick of it. And there's a lot of days and moments like that out here. And especially in the last section here of the desert, just feels endless. I just want it to be over. Tired of the desert. More on that in a later episode about this whole desert section, but anyway, how the moods can just do crazy swings, because I felt that way this morning. Got going, it was sandy and uphill and windy, just not fun. And then we got that water cache and water and chargers, and we stayed for quite a while. Had service for the first time in several days. I was able to connect with the outside world, see that my latest YouTube video was posted and that people were watching that, and then text my wife, who I just miss horribly, and my kids too, just check in, and just that little bit of like, hey, what's going on, and then filling me in helps me feel kind of connected, even though I'm so far away and it sucks. But just totally brought my spirits up to text with her. And then also today, won't be when the video comes out, but today is Tuesday, which is when my wife's blog post comes out on our website, which if you haven't checked out, please do. It's www.wonderfueledchaos.com, and she writes a bi-weekly blog on there. I've wrote a couple blogs on there. I'm gonna eventually blog. I've got a blog from all my journey through Oregon, and I'm gonna blog this whole thing as well, along with just tons more content coming to the website. So please take the time to check that out, because that's kind of going to be our main hub going forward. That's going to branch off to everything else we do. But anyway, her newest blog's out, and usually, I get to read all the drafts because I'm home, so I get to see the work in progress and kind of read through it multiple times before it gets released, where everyone can read. Well, I haven't been there, and service to send me pieces of it along with all she's doing watching the kids. She has no time to kind of send it to me, so I get to read it firsthand when everyone else does when it gets released. So I was so excited to have service this morning to be able to read it. As always, I'm blown away by her writing, but also especially these last couple, because she's drafted them, written them, the whole thing, came up with the whole thing while being a full-time mom without me there to help at all. So that's just insanely impressive. And then, like it always is, her writing's fantastic. And we had talked about this part of the story that she's telling, kind of our origin story of how we folded up the American dream to try to chase this life of adventure. This part of the story is kind of mundane as we drove home because, nothing was open and COVID was raging. And we've kind of expressed our emotions about that in all the previous blogs. And what felt like it could have been a very mundane episode of the blog, she's able to find magic in it, make it super interesting, super entertaining, just really good. Her writing's fantastic, and she always finds a voice for whatever scenario to make it really good. So anyway, you should check that out. But just the mood swings from just the moment I read that, like I'm through the roof and energized, and then 12 miles later in the day, this road walk, and you're just back down in the negative zone. And there's such highs and such lows out here. People have described it before as, in your normal day life, your lowest days are like a 3, and your highest days are like a 7. And out here, your lowest days are like a 1. Like you get lower than you could ever get because you're just without so much of the basic comforts. And in my case, my family. That's why it's so important to have Dad, because I don't think I could have, I know for sure I couldn't have done this without him along, because doing it by myself and then missing everyone so much would just be too much for me. Anyway, and then your highest highs are 10s out here, because just the beauty and the wonder of where you're at and just living this crazy nomadic life and so many supportive and wonderful people, but it just doesn't last. Like you hit those 10s and they don't last. And I guess the 1s don't last either, but it's such a roller coaster. Like as much as the elevation goes up and down, your emotions go up and down on any given day. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about today. And since on this trip I don't feel like I've talked to the camera a whole lot, I feel like I did that too much in the Oregon videos. Let me know if you'd like more of this and less of that. I'd love to hear from everybody on their opinion. Anything that'll help get more views on the videos, whatever everyone wants to see, I'd love to do or show or whatever. So just let me know. But yeah, just something that's been on my mind today. So I think we're about half a mile out from the campsite and this dreaded road walk being over. So yay to that.
Need a picture. Well, I get so it's hard to take one when your iPhone's full. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not
Okay, it's the end of day 53. We're at mile 644.1, which makes it 17.8 for the day. Another really long day, but it leaves us a short 8-mile day in the morning into town. So 3 long push days, but we're going to make it tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and we will talk to everybody in the morning.